Every year, when the new year comes around, you set your resolutions, you create your vision board, you do everything in order to change your life. You subscribe to the gym, and somehow it never sticks. So this video is for you, and yes, it will change your life forever if you watch throughout the whole thing and that you apply what I tell you. There's this sense of urge at the new year to change your life. You get excited, but there's a part of you that knows that when February comes around, the habits that you were aspiring to incorporate into your life, they just don't stick around. And you're not alone, so that goes to show how it's not abnormal and there's nothing wrong with you. So I just want to reassure you that it's not because you lack discipline, you lack motivation, that you're lazy, that you're just not like other people. It's not that. You don't need to be a superhuman to manage to change your life. It's just that you've been changing the wrong thing. The habit is not the thing. It's not what it is. And I'll tell you in a few minutes what is the thing that makes the whole difference. And so again, here's the pattern. The pattern is you're doing the do's, you're doing your vision board, you're doing your New Year's resolution, you're booking classes, you're buying online courses, you make promises to yourself on the New Year's Eve, but things don't stick around. I want to share a story about something that I've been wanting to change and to do in my life these past years. I've always been a very big music lover. I love music. I love all sorts of types of music. And I've been wanting to DJ for a while, and I have been in some ways on YouTube mixing things in parties. I'm always the designated DJ, but I never really followed through with it. I bought the class on Udemy. I have it on my vision board, but somehow I never did it. I'm gonna drop a first gold nugget here. Change doesn't stick when it's fueled by excitement, by motivation, by inspiration on New Year's Eve, when you feel like there's a new opportunity. Change sticks when it's fueled by self-trust. Self-trust, trusting yourself that you will do it. If you do not have that relationship with yourself, that you can trust you to bring that change about in your life, you will never change it. You do not trust yourself to do it. And so you will self-sabotage yourself into not doing this, into remaining exactly where you are because it feels safer than believing your lie yourself that you will do it. And this resembles a lot what some people might have experienced in childhood, when a parent was not trustworthy, that they were promising things, that they were not showing up in the way that they were verbalizing they would, and you had to become your own pillar for safety. Anyways, we're not going to go back into childhood because that's a whole other thing, but the main theme here is self-trust. So why does motivation never last? Motivation on itself is temporary by design. Okay, you have to understand that motivation is not even a real thing. You cannot change your life based on motivation. I can tell you just about that. And when you rely on it, you quit the moment it fades. Okay, so motivation does not equal identity, and your identity will play a much more and bigger role, much more important than motivation in your life. Because motivation, you cannot predict when it's going to be there, when it's not going to be there, when it's going to fade away, but your identity will stick. Identity is something so powerful that it cannot waver as easily as motivation. If you start telling everyone around yourself that you are an athlete, that you are a swimmer, that you are a dancer, there are way more chances that you'll start dancing, swimming, and training than if you're just relying on motivation. That's one thing. Here's another key line that you might want to pay attention to. If your change only works when you are inspired, it's not real change yet. It's real when it's so deeply wired within you that it becomes your identity and it becomes automatic. It becomes a reflex. It becomes like breathing and walking and waking up and making breakfast and brushing your teeth. When it's deeply wired in your identity, you simply do it. You don't have to be forcing things. You don't have to be motivated or inspired. I'll give you another example. For a couple of years now, skincare has been a thing that is part of my identity. It has become my identity to be a person that cares and that loves taking care of her skin and that makes the time for it. And there's nothing that'll get in the way of it. Even if I'm tired, even if I came home late, I will do it because it has become part of my identity. And now I do it as I breathe, as I talk to you right now, and as I brush my teeth. The false limitations wake-up call, that is just something that I really want to address in this video, something that I was thinking of when I parked in my driveway earlier and I thought of this DJ metaphor and everything. There's a lot of people in my life, my friends, my coworkers, my clients, that tell me things along the way, along the lines of, I can't start a podcast because I don't have a mic, I don't have a recording studio. And this is the biggest lie you're telling yourself. These are excuses, these are false limitations. Look at these kids online who make videos of them playing drums on plastic buckets. They clearly don't have the proper equipment, but they're still doing it. Why? Probably because they have self-trust. They know that they stick to what they really want to do. They have passion, they have a burning desire for it, and it's part of their identity, and they stick to that. And so here's the real question I want you to ask yourself. If you were stripped away from all your belongings, your material possessions, everything that quote unquote defines yourself, that gives you an identity, your job, the place you live in, if you were stripped away from all of this, would you be proud of the man, of the woman that you are in this moment, within? Who are you? What value do you bring to the world? What makes you proud of yourself? The skills that you have, the beliefs that you have, the knowledge that you have, the values that you have. Think of that. Imagine you know how to speak 10 languages. You know how to dance 4 types of dances. You have traveled 30 countries in the world. You're a really, really skilled person. You could survive in the woods. Even if you had no money, no material belongings, you would still have a sense of identity and of pride for yourself because you know that you're a rich person from within. Another key line for you. Change that sticks starts with liking who you are becoming, not chasing who you think you should be. When you close your eyes and you really think of that person that you want to be, the version of you that you want to be, it makes you feel so proud when you are embodying little things that match that every single day. And not trying to chase things that society tells you should be. So why did change never stuck before? Because it was cosmetic, it was superficial, it was not really your true burning desire. It was about outcomes, and it was coming from a place of lack, of knowing that you didn't have these things yet, and not knowing that you are full, to know that you have everything it takes here and now to become anything that you want. And you don't even have to wait for the New Year's. Every single day, even better than that, every single minute, every single second that passes in your life is a new opportunity to become the person that you want to be. Every discussion you have with people is an opportunity to react differently, to speak differently, to assert boundaries differently. And so it was never about who you truly believe to be. It was also about knowing that the pain of remaining in this version of yourself that is not in alignment with the vision that you have of you, was more painful than the pain of stretching yourself out of this identity. You don't need a new year. You need a new identity. You need a new relationship to yourself. You need to build trust with yourself, to know that you have your own back, that you will show up when you need yourself to show up, that you will not self-abandon, that you will not quit on that gym date, that you will not quit on that dance class that you've wanted to be doing, that you will not quit on that trip you've been planning and spend the money on things that don't align with that. And truly, it's the same thing in relationships. If you've always been attracting partners of a certain type, certain dynamic in your relationship, and you think that by forcing things it's going to change, or leaving them it's going to change, things are always going to be the same. You will always be faced with what you have to change in order to attract a new type of relationship. And this is the same with the relationship to yourself. You have to start building safety in yourself and trust in yourself to deserve that version of yourself that will show up in times that you need him or her to show up for you. I'm talking about you. It's the same in relationships. If you think you deserve a partner that will remain calm in a situation of fighting, in a situation where things get heated, and you can't even be that version of you for yourself that knows how to regulate, that knows how to bring safety within, why do you think someone else would do that for you? So here is what real self-trust looks like. Self-trust looks like taking the class you've been wanting to take, making the phone call you've been meaning to make to solve whatever in your life, paying the bill you've been meaning to pay because you know it's due, because you know it's better to pay your fine than to fight it and drain your energy. Start now without waiting for perfect conditions and circumstances. Acting on things when excitement fades, still acting on them. That's what real self-trust looks like. And so here's what I'm going to challenge you to do in this new year's. Choose one promise that you made to yourself and keep it this time. And the goal is not to change your life, but to change how much you trust yourself. Prove yourself that you can trust you. Go and prove him, that you can trust you here and now. And so, my prediction is by February, motivation will be gone. And that is normal. It does not stick around. You have to remember that. And the real question is for you, will you be showing up for yourself then? When January motivation is gone, will you be showing up for you? Can you trust you? If this has been enlightening for you, if it finally landed inside of you and that you know you don't have to press yourself with 1,000 resolutions, if you feel like you're up for the challenge of picking one thing and show yourself that you can do it, it can be a very simple thing like my skincare. Comment below because I want to know if this changed something for you.